Hello folks, welcome to your weather forecast. I'm Mr. G. This is Elite Weather. I'm your weather forecaster today, and let's talk about that weather forecast. And as a reminder, thank you for watching this channel. Leave your likes, comments, and please feel free to subscribe. Trying to grow the channel, so I appreciate any support you guys can muster. But let's talk about that latest storm that's coming out of California that's going to be spreading wintry precipitation across the mountains there, heavy rain to the south, and eventually severe weather and snow across parts of the Midwest and the Great Lakes, and that severe weather down to the south along the Gulf Coast as well. So let's jump into our first map. We're looking at our surface map and overlaid radar, and this is what we're seeing out there at this hour. We're looking at that cold front down here along the coast of the Gulf Coast and the southeast. It's a stationary front for the most part, and it's been down here for several days now. And it's been producing showers and thunderstorms, some isolated severe storms. Tornadoes are also possible with some of these thunderstorms as well. So that is something we're keeping an eye on down to the south there. But through parts of the Midwest and the Mid-Atlantic states, we are seeing some wet weather through parts of the Carolinas and Virginia. And we're also looking at an area of snow and rain through parts of the Midwest, where we have Illinois, Iowa, and Missouri, where we're seeing those snow showers right now. A few rain showers in the Northeast, and an area of snow across northern Minnesota and North Dakota at this time, which is producing some light accumulations over that way. But out to the west is our big storm. We have our next storm coming in off of the atmospheric river, and that is bringing heavy snow to the Sierra Nevada, the Cascade Mountain Range as well. We're also seeing a lot of snow and rain down in the lower valleys, rain for Portland and Seattle and San Francisco today. Our storm will drop down the coast and eventually spread some of that precipitation down to the south to LA and San Diego. Let's move on to our next map and take a look at our satellite. There is our big storm out there on the west coast. We can see our pinwheel action going on here. We see our cold front, and we see our area of low pressure right there. This storm is going to intensify. This is going to become a bomb cyclone. We're going to see that pressure drop by 30 points over the next 24 hours as this storm dives down to the south. So that's going to be bringing increasing wind as well, and we're going to start to see thunderstorms down to the south as our storm system decouples from the Pineapple Express or the atmospheric river coming up from Hawaii. Here's our next map. This is today's graphical forecast, and we are looking at that stormy weather down here along the Gulf Coast, through Florida and through parts of the southeastern United States, where we could be seeing some isolated severe thunderstorms. Our wintry precipitation will be to the north as we have a northern stream system up there that's going to be providing some mixed precipitation through parts of the Midwest and snow through Minnesota and parts of the Dakotas as well. So we could be seeing that wintry precipitation. And then on the west coast, our big storm with that heavy snow through the Sierra Nevada and heavy rain as well along the California coast. The Bay Area down to the south, to San Diego and Los Angeles could pick up heavy rain as well. But we're not going to be seeing as much heavy rain down to the south as we saw with some of the previous storms. So a little bit less in the way of rainfall, but still plentiful rainfall, very meaningful rainfall from this storm system. On our next map, there's our area of low pressure that's going to be diving down the California coast, and we're going to be seeing that heavy rain, and it's going to be keeping that flood threat in effect right now. Those strong wind gusts, we're going to be looking at 50+ mile-an-hour winds, widespread travel disruptions in the airports, the train stations, buses, and public transit. We can see some travel delays as well as delays on the roadways with wet roads and areas that could be picking up some snow. So if you're down in Southern California and you're going to be driving through I-15, through the Cajon Pass or the Tehachapi Mountains, you might be dealing with some snow, as we're going to be seeing those snow levels drop as we head through the next day or so and that storm dives down to the south. All right, here's that rainfall outlook for you across the state of California. Most of the heavier rain will be confined to the San Francisco area northward to the Oregon border, where we could be seeing 2 to 4 inches of rain. Heavier rainfall can fall across the foothills of the Sierra Nevada, where we could be seeing up to 12 inches of rain. So a lot of rain still with this storm. Conditions will improve down to the south, where we could see 1 to 2 inches of rain down to Santa Barbara today. That rain will spread further south tomorrow, where we could be seeing rain down to LA, and we could see 1 to 2 inches of rain as well. Here's our snowfall forecast for mostly the Sierra Nevada, where we can see 3 to 5 feet to the north. That'll be our area picking up the most snow. Most areas will see about 2 to 3 feet of snow down through the spine of the Sierra Nevada. Here's our southeastern front that we're dealing with, our stationary front that's been hanging out down along the southeastern coast from parts of Texas, East Texas, through the south and into the southeast. So along the Gulf Coast, we're going to be seeing those showers and thunderstorms. Some severe weather could be possible today as well along the southern coast, where we could be seeing the potential for water spouts and isolated tornadoes. Flash flooding could be a concern, and damaging winds could reach 65 miles an hour. Isolated gusts could hit 70 miles per hour. So again, watch out for those isolated severe thunderstorms along I-10, along the Gulf Coast, and over into North Florida and southern Georgia there. Heavy rain also is going to be a possibility. 8 inches is going to be possible there from South Carolina through central Georgia, central Alabama. We're going to be seeing up to 8 inches of rain. 2 to 4 inches of rain will be most common, and we're going to be seeing that down along the Gulf Coast and central Georgia and most of central South Carolina. North Carolina could pick up about 1 to 2 inches of rain from some of these thunderstorms, and 1 to 2 inches of rain could be possible in East Texas as well, as that potential for flooding exists and excessive rainfall. So remember, if you come across a roadway that looks flooded, turn around, don't drown. Your vehicle can lose contact with the road with just 4 inches of water on the ground. Here is our setup for Friday when our western storm makes its way into the Midwest. It's going to ride up. We're going to see a Colorado low ride up into the upper Midwest. We're going to see a warm front through parts of Iowa and into Wisconsin and Michigan. That warm front is going to have thunderstorms along that front. We're going to be seeing our strong to severe thunderstorms along the cold front as well. So those severe thunderstorms will break out in Texas, Oklahoma, parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, Missouri, and we're going to be seeing the potential for some severe thunderstorms. Watch for those tornadoes and damaging winds and large hail as well. So we're going to monitor this storm system as it develops and see how severe things can get. Who's going to be in the bullseye with this storm as we see that severe weather break out across the Midwest. This one is going to affect folks further to the north more than some of our other storms, as this one is further to the north, as you can see there, as it's near Iowa when we get to Friday. Here is our severe weather outlook for Thursday and into Thursday night. We can see those severe thunderstorms through the Midwest and the plains. So we are talking about from Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. We can see that severe thunderstorm. So your primary threats are going to be hail, isolated tornadoes, damaging winds to 60 to 70 miles per hour. Some storms can hit 80 miles per hour. So again, more severe weather to keep an eye out on. And I will monitor the storm and keep you guys safe and let you know what's happening as the week progresses. All right, our severe weather threat expands on Friday and Friday night. We get to a situation where we have a moderate risk for severe thunderstorms through much of the Midwest on your Friday, and we're looking for torrential rains, very heavy rain, large hail, tornadoes, damaging winds up to 75 miles per hour. I'm beginning to suspect even a derecho could form through parts of the Midwest as well. I'm thinking from Oklahoma through Kansas, Nebraska, and through parts of South Dakota. I'm expecting to see the possibility of a derecho form with this scenario that we could have as we head into Friday. We're going to be seeing strong winds with this next area of low pressure. These are aside from the thunderstorms, and we're going to be seeing those wind speeds, those crosswinds blowing out across 60 miles an hour across the plains as this storm system moves on off toward the east and north. Some of you folks can see winds as much as 70 miles per hour there in the dark purple. So that's going to make for dangerous situations on the highways, I-80, I-70, I-40. We could be dealing with a lot of high winds blowing across the roadways. So if you're in a semi-truck or a bus or any high-profile vehicle, please be careful, and power outages also will be a problem with some of these high winds. That is a look at your weather forecast. My name is Mr. G. Thanks for watching me today, guys. For this latest update, likes and comments, feel free to subscribe. Bye-bye.